Okay, we're going to be talking about creating bass lines. So, if you are, playing with the artist or if you're in a band and you're thinking you've come up with a bunch of stuff and maybe it's not working or you want to try something new or make something a bit different, more interesting, I'm hoping that I'm going to just show you some methods to come up with different bass lines. Okay, so we're going to be playing along to this backing track I made. It's on the Patreon. Any questions, please put it in the chat because this is live. Um, so let me just make sure I can see you. Okay, yeah. So we've got this chord progression here: F minor 7, C minor 7, E flat major 7, A flat major 7. So that's the chord progression. So maybe if you want to write that down, because that's what we're going to be kind of working with. Again, F minor 7, C minor 7, E flat major 7, A flat major 7. So let's take a listen to it. C minor 7, E flat major 7, A flat major 7. Okay. So F in the bass, C, E flat, A flat. Okay, so now I would say the first classic thing that you might do is just lock in with the bass drum. So let's listen to the bass drum. Boom, boom, da da, boom, ging, ging, dum, ging, ging. So it's a repetitive pattern. Okay, it's going boom, ging, ging, dum, da da, and then the same dum, din, din, boom, da da. So let's just play the root movement, locking with the bass drum. Okay, so now what I think about locking in with a bass drum is, and a lot of students kind of, and bassists, and get this not wrong, but it's something to think about. Where does that first long note end? Okay, now what I think for this is the snare will tell us where to end the long note. So check it out. Let's just play it. You see, boom, doom. So, boom. So the snare cuts the long note. Check it out. So, boom, ka. Boom, ka. You see, the snare is cutting the long note. This is really locking in with the drum kit and the feel of the music. I'm not just going, if I just hit this one at the bass, when the bass drum hits, that's cool, as I did that. No. How long is that note going to last? And we need to get it the same every time. So boom, k, dum, dum. Boom, dum. Boom, da da. So again, let's just play that again with that in mind. Remember, we're going F, C, E flat, A flat. Da dum, boom, da da, dum, dum, did it, dum, dum, da da, dum, did, dum, did it, dum, did, boom. Next thing I would do is I would add little walks up and down to lead in and out of the. So first you lock in with the kit. Next, maybe just walk one extra passing note to next chord. So boom, da 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 da, I'm doing is I'm playing that bass line where I lock in with the drums, and then I'm walking to the next chord or playing passing notes. So boom, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum, boo dee doo, doo dee da do. Now it's sounding a little bit melodic. So that would be method one is locking in with the bass drum and locking in with the drum kit, being really knowledgeable of what is happening in the whole kit. The snare is helping me get that long note the same length every time. Then adding in some passing tones. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to look at singing something. So check it out. Okay. I am going to just sing whatever comes into my beautiful mind. Okay. So check it out. I'm gonna try. Ba da 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 so say ba da da. I really like that. So now I'm gonna try play that on the bass. Okay, so the first of my bass line might be that. So check it out. Now I'm gonna just put that down the octave. Okay, so now when people ask about making a melodic bass line, what could be better than singing something, singing a melody, and then just trying to play that on the bass? So now I'm going to work on the second half of this melodic bass line. And this is coming from just acting as if I'm a singer. I'm just singing stuff. So again. I really like that. So okay, so now I'm going to try to play that as my bass line. I love it. Again. Down the octave. I think that's a cool bass line. Okay, so check that out. Now I have a melodic bass line. So again, for that method, I'm just singing whatever came into my mind. I'm figuring it out on the bass. And then if I can, I drop it down an octave so it really fills in the bass frequencies and sounds like a bass line. So again, I just started by singing ba 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 doo doo for the first half. Then I figured out the second half, the answer. Dee da da do. So it's kind of a call and answer melody. Then I figured out on the bass. And then I take it down the octave. Okay. Now, another thing you can do is combine your locking in thing with playing the melody. So you're going to play your boom, ging, ging, doom, and try just add some, stuff that you've got from the melody. So now I'm going to go. So I really like that. So I'm going. So now I'm combining the locking in with the melodic thing. And obviously I'm figuring this out in real time, so I'm making mistakes, but that's okay because I'm coming up with a cool bass line. So what I had there was going and then so you can see I'm kind of playing a melodic line, then I'm locking in with the bass drum. Okay, so now I'm kind of doing the lock-in with the bass drum thing and making a melodic bass line. So again, method 1 is the classic locking in with the drum kit. Method 2 is sing whatever comes into your mind and then figure it out on the bass. Put it down the octave so you fill the bass frequencies, it sounds like a bass line. And then if you want to, you can combine those. Now the next thing that I like to do is steal from the other musicians. And I'll show you what I mean. Listen to this track again and listen to the guitars. Okay, one is playing chords, but the other one is going, there's 3 guitars. Listen to the rhythm guitar. It's going. I'm gonna just copy that. Down the octave. You see, and what did I do there? I copied it and I locked in with the kick drum and played that little walk down. So again, you can kind of weave in and out of the ideas. Let me do that again. Remember, I'm listening to the rhythm guitar. And I'm stealing it. Down the octave. See, and now if I want to, I can combine locking in with the bass drum and the drum kit with the melodic thing. I can go. And that would be a really cool bass line. Again, it sounds really melodic. I'm kind of taking something that's already in the composition and I'm just playing it down the octave and I'm using it for my own bass line. And that sounds really cool because it's rhythmic and you're supporting someone else's idea that everyone's already agreed is cool and works with the music. So I really love doing that sometimes. So that is listening to other instruments. If you listen to the other guitar, it's doing that kind of this rhythm. So that's that kind of offbeat accent thing. So I can do that on the bass. So keep listening to the guitar. So again, I'm kind of taking the pocket of that rhythm guitar part and I'm moving it onto the bass. And now I'm kind of playing these kind of eighth notes with an accent on the upbeat. It's very much like Larry Graham used to do. Okay, so again, that option there is still stealing from other musicians and going, huh, what are they doing that I can use? Like, oh, that's really cool. Maybe I'll mix in now I'm mixing everything. I'm mixing in the rhythm guitar part, the second rhythm guitar part, and the kick drum and locking in with the drums. So now I'm really gluing everything together, which a lot of great bass lines do that. So again, check it out. This is rhythm guitar 2, rhythm guitar 3, and back then. So now I'm gluing the two rhythm guitars together. So again, let's go through these methods that I've discussed for making bass lines again. First one is the classic locking in with the bass drum. Again, you can lock in with different parts of the kit, the hi-hats, the snare. Then we spoke about singing something. I sang whatever came into my mind. I figured out the bass. I put it down the octave. Then I spoke about listening to other instruments. What's the guitar doing? What's the second guitar doing? What's the lead guitar doing? What kind of pocket are they playing? Where are they putting the accents? Oh, he's hearing this kind of upbeat thing. Okay, I'm going to suggest that too and support his idea. Now, the next thing I like to do and I like to try is kind of play these modern walking bass lines. So I'm not talking about no, but take a listen to what I mean. See, I like this bass line. I really hear something. Okay, so you can see I'm kind of playing a walking bass line here, but it doesn't sound like cheesy old school jazz walking bass line. It's kind of more got a cool, just modern pocket. So again, I'll show you that again. All I'm doing is I'm walking up the scale that goes with each chord. Boom, 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 boom. See, I'm just walking up F minor, walking up C minor, walking up E flat major 7, walking up A flat major 7. So again, that's another option I like to do a lot. If you know the harmony, you can play these kind of walking lines that just create a lot of momentum. Okay. Now, the next thing I would do is, again, we are talking about making cool bass lines and like just giving you concepts to try when you're stuck with making up a bass line. First thing, classic lock in the bass drum. Next thing, sing and figure out what you're singing. Next thing, borrow from the other instruments, the rhythm guitar, the keyboard, everything. Next thing, which was that, is walking a bass line. Yes, Luca, Anthony, Stefano, thank you so much for leaving a comment. Any other questions about anything to do with bass, please whack them in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. If you have any questions about bass, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about the next method for making cool bass lines, and that is to change the technique you're using. So we've been playing fingerstyle the whole time. Boom, or whatever we just did now. Copying rhythm guitar. I'm always playing fingerstyle. Okay, but now we could try. If we get stuck with that, we're going to say to ourselves, what if I try slapping on this? So now let's just try and make a slap line. We're changing the technique. Okay. So you can hear I haven't played anything like that. Okay, so because I chose to slap the bass now, slap at a bass, I'm playing a completely different line to anything I've played previously. Because when you change the technique, your brain and your muscle memory, everything is different. You're going to hear different things. And again, I can combine all the different things I'm doing. So for instance, previously I just did that walking bass type thing. What if I slap the walking bass line that I just made? Okay, so thank you to Potter Nerd 787. So you can see now I've taken that walking bass line and now I am slapping it. So it's kind of forcing me into another different thing and different vocabulary. When I played the walking bass line fingerstyle, I was just doing this. And then but because I started slapping, now I'm going. You see, the rhythm has changed and the pocket has changed. So I think it's cool that the mixture of those two, I'm really liking that. The walking with the slapping. Slap the schlork. Dunke, Okay, so I really like that. Now again, we're starting to combine things, slap and walk. You see, I'm working on how to make cool bass lines. Luca Anthony Stefano, thank you so much. Hopefully catch you on another one. So again, we've been talking about making cool bass lines. Any questions about making bass lines or playing bass, please put it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. So if you have, be my bassist, potentially message me on Instagram. Any questions about bass or making bass lines or bass playing, let me know. We've been talking about making bass lines. So if you ever get stuck with making bass lines, you want to go back and watch this whole video, because I'm going through a bunch of different methods to kind of make you think of different things to play. Just to recap, the first one was the classic, locking in the bass drum. The next one was singing whatever comes into your mind and figuring it out on the bass. The next one was borrowing from other musicians that are playing. So the rhythm guitar, the keyboard player, what pocket are they playing? What notes are they playing? The next one was playing a kind of modern walking bass line. The next one was slapping. So different techniques make you play different stuff. So I chose to play slap bass. And then I thought, what if I mix the walking bass with the slap bass? And that's how I ended up with that bass line. But I need to practice it. Don't tap. I'm joking. If you want to tap, tap, Okay, now we've been talking about trying different techniques to make you play different bass lines. That was slap. Now, what if I go for a plectromes? Okay, so now I'm going to get the pick out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to whip my pick out and I'm going to play a bass line, try come up with something where I use a pick. If any questions, please put it in the chat. So I'm going to just try whatever comes into my head, but the pick is guiding me, Okay. Why do I have an Illuminati eye? Are you Illuminati? Yes, I'm Illuminati. That's why I'm live stream on YouTube. Because everyone knows that if you're in the Illuminati, you need to live stream on YouTube and play bass. That's just what we do. It's the best way to keep hidden from society, because no one would suspect that someone in the Illuminati would be streaming bass lines on YouTube. But here we are. So yeah, you figured me out. What can I say? But we can be out in the open now. It's not a big deal anymore. DM me Great Eye if you want to join the Illuminati with a discount code. Okay. Carrying on with making bass lines with a pick. Okay. Okay, we're getting See, I'm getting something I like. The pick is bringing it out. I like starting with the kind of little thing at the top there, not hitting the root. So what I mean is like or maybe this is better. So now I kind of started going to that walking bass line, mixing it with the pick bass line. I'm really liking that. Levent, when I change the effects, I use the lines which sound good. Also changes, not just how do you explain, use that to advantage? That's a great question. Using effects is a beautiful way to make you play different bass lines. Floyd Lay 9199. Thank you so much. Changing effects changes what you play for sure. I would like, it depends on the effect, but some effects you just can't copy the same bass line because it's just not, it's just the way the pedal reacts. Might mess around with your tone and everything, but I don't think that's always the case. The only one I'm thinking about is if I played that down low with an octave pedal, it would sound really bad, but I would just move it up, you know, the octave. So for instance, let me schwack on the Taylor Shift Celebrity Pedals octave pedal. Thank you, Levant, because now you're making me use a beautiful octave pedal. So here we go. I'm going to just take that bass line and I'm going to move it up the octave with my octave pedal. I'm loving it. Like, loving it now. Octave pedal. I was born into the Illuminati. What's cool is if you have a good octave pedal, you can slap You can slap an octave pedal if you have a good octave pedal. Okay, so again, that's it. So, any questions, please put them in the chat. Any questions you have about bass or bass playing or making up bass lines or pedals, please let me know. But otherwise, I would, if you missed the beginning of this, I've been going for about half an hour just talking about creating bass lines. So what I would do is I would go, practice this at home. If you, I'll put this backing track on the Patreon. So if you want the backing track, it'll be on the Patreon. And then you can make up your own stuff, and go through all of these steps. Lock in with the bass drum, sing something, copy that the instruments, walk, slap, pick, combine. Those are the kind of methods that I'm suggesting to just, if you're stuck with coming up with something, it's just try all of those, go through the steps, and I'm sure once you go through all those steps, either you're going to find something or combine them, and you'll come up with something really cool. Like to me, combining the slapping with the walking, that I think that was my favorite. So like slapping a walking bass line for this song, I just thought that was the bass line that I was happiest with. Obviously, if I was playing in a band or working with a producer, they might say, Greg, that sucked big time. That was maybe the worst bass line we've ever heard. Can you just play root notes? Because, you know what I mean? Your timing is trash. Your sound is trash. And yeah, you look like a criminal. So any other questions, please put it in the chat, because otherwise, that's all I got for today. Any questions, let me know. Good to know. A lot of you are getting involved in the chat here. You've figured out that I'm in the Illuminati. That's a problem for you, not for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, well, the backing track is going to be on the Patreon today. Any other questions, let me know in the chat. I'll hang out here for a minute just to see if anything comes up. Any questions about bass or pedals, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to do these more often, depending on how I feel. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to sit on a computer all day and listen to myself play bass. But yeah, thank you so much. Anything? If not, I'm happy to cruise. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye.